How's it going, guys? Coffee here. Today I wanted to go over some, I guess, kind of secret tips and tricks that I found in regards to Kingsmarch and just throughout the campaign. First thing we found is in regards to doing shipments. I've just been shipping to this closest port here. My best drop that I've gotten so far from it has been a eye level 86 astral plate that was worth around 4 divines. But the main thing that we're doing here is I'm just basically trying to spam in order to get runes. And it seems like the variability on the drops has shifted quite dramatically, depending on whatever you're doing. It doesn't seem to vary too much depending on if you're doing something close or something far. We haven't had anyone have any more success from shipping to a far port than from a close port yet. I'm sure the potential is there, but the variability is going to be extremely high either way. So I'm just trying to focus on getting as many runes as I can right now. I've been filling their favored resources as much as I can, but the main thing you want to focus on when it comes to actually doing your shipments is if you can, again, you're going to get bonus value for any of the things that you can fill down here. So say they want corn here. I don't really have very much corn here, but let's go ahead and showcase this for an example here. So see, we have this shipment here that's 15,000. If we add 200 dust here, you can see this thaumaturgic dust is like a multiplier for the shipment itself. So the dust itself doesn't have any value, but as soon as I actually put a little bit of corn on here, and then we put a little bit of whatever else we're shipping here. So we're going to send some, I don't even know what else we're going to send. Some bismuth bars maybe. Sure. So I've been focusing on keeping my shipments at about 50k is what I've been aiming at. We're going to try one here at like 100k just to kind of see where this goes here. But I'm still going to send them to this ribbon fell. This is where I've been sending things. I would say, again, depending on what you're trying to get, they already mentioned you can either ship to Kalguur ports for if you want to get runes, or if you want scarabs or other things, you can send to the Namahu ports. So I'm just going to, again, send this to Ribbonfell here. And then the risk is a little bit lower when you are shipping to a close port like this as well. So you can see, again, here we do 500, 500. And then we'll send a little bit of the blue xanthan here. We should be able to get us slightly over here. Let's see how much it takes to get. But if you see the multiplier here, it's 200. At 300, it doesn't really go up by very much at that point. So ship just a small amount of thaumaturgy dust. It really doesn't take much in order to get that value out of it. So again, 200, 300, whatever it may be. Use that to push your shipments to like I guess the next tier of kind of whatever you're trying to do. But I've been trying to, again, keep my shipments at 50k, 100k, things like that. I've had people try doing shipments of like 1 million, and they came back and got the same 3FE that we've been getting ourselves. So yeah, that's the first one. The other thing is in regards to Rog, the disenchanter here. We have noticed that the value on what he will give you for disenchanting is depending on the tiers of the items. But certain tier 1s he does pay more for. So the ones that I've noticed the most here has been with tier 1 to resistances has been really, really high. So you can see this is a tier 1, and then double tier 2. This is 9,300. This is up there with like the second highest I've ever gotten for any items. Then we have all these here that are about 5k here. This is a T1 armor, and then we have a T2 res, or T2, T2 attributes, T3 res, things like that. This helmet here is almost 10k, and you can see it has double tier 1 on the life and evasion, and then T2 int. So from what I've seen and from what other people have seen, it seems as though the total number of tiers that are on that mod appears to affect how much you're actually getting out of it as well. So mods that have a lot of tiers, when you are getting tier 1 of that, it is paying extra for. So I'm not sure if it's specifically just resistances or if it's specifically in regards to that. But something I have noticed is typically because the items that are coming back from the shipments are well rolled, they are actually very, very good about being worth a lot for when you pick them up. And if you just basically don't want the items, you can just instantly disenchant them with Rog. But so the majority of the items that you're seeing in there came from shipments, just from Tuya in here, just because it's, again, they're well-rolled items, since that's what they're trying to send back with the rares. But, you know, they might not necessarily be well-rolled for us. So some other things is in regards to your mining. Whenever this is fully increased or fully leveled up, you will start to be able to get gold for every amount of ore that you find in the maps. So that's really, really good at helping push your levels on that. The last other little thing here is in regards to the runesmithing table. I highly recommend you put in points and unlock this as soon as you can, even if you're just going to get like a very early enchant here. This extra spell damage here was only 8 of these runes. I think it was actually only 6 even for the one that I wanted on here. It was actually very cheap. Yeah, 6 life runes. So you can actually get yourself a decent enchant on here. Again, it's an implicit on the weapon, so it doesn't, or it's an enchant rather. It's not an implicit, so it doesn't overroll the implicit. Very cheap to make. And then the last one that I really wanted to cover was actually in regards to the trigger spells. The trigger spell craft is now in Act 9. It is no longer a veiled craft. So we got to make our way over here to Refinery. And this isn't the only new zone that has been added. There has been a few others. They've added the zone. I don't know if anyone has noticed the vault that came out with, if you were in Reliquary, there was a vault there. But so in order to find this trigger craft here in Reliquary, or in Refinery rather, you are going to be looking for a manhole cover on the ground. When I found it before, it was like right over here. Let's see if it's still going to be here, or here in the same spot again. It was glowing a little bit for me. It should still, I mean, it should still be in the map somewhere here. So it was outside and it was glowing. So let's see if we can find it again. I'm hoping it's going to be, it was basically right over here last time. So let's see if it's in the same spot right here. So if you see this glowing manhole cover here, this is the exact same spot it was in here for me last time. So it should be here roughly for you as well. And basically, again, you see this glowing. Great, it doesn't say anything, but when you click on it and you go down to the refinery tunnels here, there's going to be the craft right here in the center here. Oh, there's the crafting recipe right there. It's just not lit up. And then there's just some little refinery enemies here. But this is the crafting recipe. Again, this is for trigger on hit. So, yeah, if you guys have other secrets or tips, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to hear them. And other than that, see you in the next one.